Hey everybody, Matt Easton here. Hope you're doing well. Friday night videos. I'm outside today because I'm taking a break. I actually have a day off. Whew, much needed. First day I've really had a moment to just sit and not do much of anything, though I probably will work on something. I wanted to show you the ocean real fast for a reason. So today's a bit windy, right? So hope you can see that. Okay, so today's a bit windy, so you can see the waves are a little rough. Well, some people might consider that smooth, but it's more rough than usual, right? So notice the waves, notice the water hitting the sand and then moving back out into the ocean. Well, that's my metaphor for the day. Life is just like the ocean. It's got its ebbs and it's got its flows. It's got a moment when the water crashes. It's got a moment when the water is smooth. And that, when that thing's smooth out there, everything is silent, everything is still, and it's just very peaceful. I mean, it's actually even peace in watching this rough watching the rough waves. I actually enjoy it. But there's peace even within the rough times. Okay. I see too many therapists when they're going through some big waves in their life. They fall back to, oh my God, I thought I was doing really well. What happened? Oh my God, I got to reach for another tool. I got to find something else to help me move through these feelings. There's something wrong. Guys, life is going to have its ebbs and flows. The trick to making life easier is realizing that you will have challenging times. It's not going to always be blissful like some of the books talk about. It's not always going to be all peaceful the way they say it's going to be all peaceful all the time. Life is going to have its challenges. You're human. You're here on planet Earth, right? Everything has its challenges. The trick to making your life easier is realizing you are going to have challenges, one, and two, realizing that's okay to have those challenges and learning how to flow with it, right? Learning that realizing that these challenging times will have an ebb and flow to it. It'll come in, and then it'll eventually go out. Now, sometimes, a lot of times, we can use our tools, and we could make those ebbs flow out a lot quicker. But there are going to be times, guys, there are going to be times in your life when you're going to be using every tool you possibly can, and nothing seems to be moving that feeling. I mean, it might move a little bit, like you might get a little bit of clarity, you might feel a little bit better, but it's not going to seem like it's moving fast enough. That's life, guys. That's the way it's going to be. Don't start reaching out of desperation for more tools. If you reach out of desperation for more tools, you're just going to be more desperate moments, and you're actually going to prolong your healing. You're actually going to stay stuck in that moment a lot longer. Those times are not here for you to move through. Sometimes those ebbs are here for you to learn how to sit. There's a particular muscle that might need to be working out. Muscle, as in quotation marks, right? Muscle, like sometimes it's your willpower muscle that needs to be worked. Sometimes it's your sit still and learn that everything is impermanent muscle that needs to be worked, so that you can have a stronger muscle for when those times happen. It's not that your tools are not working. It's that at that moment there's something to be learned in the challenge that you're learned about, in the challenge you're in, and not just trying to move the feeling out. There's something to be learned about sitting still in that moment. And you may not know what it is right away, but later on you will. You might come up with another challenge of similar value. You might come up with a challenge of similar intensity, right? And you might move through that a lot quicker. But that's one of like 1,000, a million lessons that you might learn, but it's not. If you're going through your tools and it's not moving as fast as you want it to, learn to sit in it, because it's impermanent. It will move. It will change. It will. I promise you. Again, when we tend to try and move through things too quickly, what we're actually doing is we're holding on to that particular challenge and not letting it go. When you would be much better served sometimes when your tools aren't working, you just sit in it, breathe through it, contemplate through it, meditate through it. I like to meditate, contemplate, and then let it pass. It's not always going to be fun, guys. It's not this life. I mean, everybody's got its challenges. Everyone's got their challenges, right? And if there's any self-help guru out there that tells you they don't have any challenges, run the other way, because they're lying. Everyone's got their challenges. Even the Dalai Lama's got his challenges, right? I mean, when his whole community was being attacked by the government, I don't think he was the happiest, most blissful person in that moment, right? Everybody's got their challenges. But learning how to sit and meditate through those times when your tools aren't working is such a key ingredient that I don't think most therapies are adding into their way of doing things. Oh, it's getting chilly out here. Okay, but learn how to sit. Maybe one of these days I'll put up a video on how I meditate. I'll show you how I sit through a particular challenge and event. But just understand this, it's not always going to be a fun ride, guys. It can be more blissful, it can be more peaceful, but there are going to be challenges in your life that'll happen. And if you try to move through it too quickly, you're actually holding on to the challenge. And that challenge, because you're trying so hard to get rid of it, you're trying so hard to move through it, can actually stay almost indefinitely. Learn how to sit, learn how to meditate, guys. So one of my big things is meditation, right? So for me, again, like I said, I'll come up with a meditation video, show how I meditate, but a big proponent of how I meditate is focusing on the thought, the feeling, and the sensation. Right? I just sit there and focus on that. If you've seen my videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about now. If you got the Perfect Affirmation program, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. By the way, I just put out the 8-step process for emotional cleansing with the Perfect Affirmation. So check that out, because I have now condensed everything so that it's such a simple system. Right? You'll know exactly where you are at any moment in time. And I add a lot of meditation processes within the Perfect Affirmation program. That's very important, right? There are 2 parts of the Perfect Affirmation now. It's the emotional cleansing and the creation phase, right? But look into it, perfectaffirmation.com. Store. I'll put a link. You'll see the link. So learn how to meditate, guys. If you don't learn how to meditate, well, I'll tell you this. If you learn how to meditate, you'll find life going a lot smoother and easier for you. I think, was it Buddha? Or was it the Dalai Lama? I can't remember who it was. He was asked, what has meditation brought you? And he answered, meditation has brought me nothing. But I'll tell you what it has helped me let go of. It's helped me let go of anxiety, anger, and all those negative emotions. It's a great quote. I'm butchering the heck out of it. But learn how to meditate, guys. It'll make your life easier. Live spiritually, but with practicality.